man of the roots once again. Rock. Yeah, man of the roots once again. Rock the music.
Don't put his trust in God. He puts his trust in the never give
Yeah, man of the roots once
his
again.
strength
Rock
unto
the music.
the beast. So you better leave him in peace. So just say, according to your words, you will get paid. So try to live in an upright way. Tell the people what to say. Tell them to watch and pray. Don't let them go astray. Tell them what to say.
Yeah, you know, selector, more music and less talk.
Don't let Babylon use you to fight against your brother. Don't let Babylon use you to fight against each other. Don't.
Here we go!
Don't let Babylon use you to fight against your brother. Don't let Babylon use you to fight against each other. Don't be no barbed wire in this time. Death is the end of all crime. Guns are only for a time. Don't take this for no nursery rhyme. No, no, no. Don't let nobody give you gun to shoot down your own brother. Don't let nobody give you bomb to blow down my sweet mother. Tell me, are you really feeling sweet when you sit down to eat? You eating blood money. You spending blood money. You think you're funny, living off blood money. Yeah, yeah. Don't be no barbed wire in this time. Death is the end of all crime. Guns are only for a time. Don't take this for no nursery rhyme. No, don't let nobody give you gun to shoot down your own brother. Don't let nobody give you bomb to blow down my sweet mother. Tell me, are you really feeling sweet when you sit down to eat? You eating blood money. You spending blood money. You think you're funny, living off blood money. You earn your bread by killing an innocent
praise to the Most High. Watch over I. King.
Running, I can hear the elders saying, these are the days for which we've been praying. 7 miles of Black Star Liners coming in the harbor. 7 miles of Black Star Liners coming in the harbor. It's repatriation, black liberation. Yes, the time has come, black man, you're going home. 7 miles of Black Star Liners coming in the harbor. 7 miles of Black Star Liners coming in the harbor. I can see them coming. I can see hydrants running. I can hear the elders saying, these are the days for which we've been praying. 7 miles of Black Star Liners coming in the harbor. 7 miles of Black Star Liners coming in the harbor. Marcus Garvey told us freedom is a must. He told us that the Black Star Liners are coming one day for us. 7 miles of Black Star Liners coming in the harbor. 7 miles of Black Star Liners coming in the harbor. 7 miles of Black Star Liners. 7 miles of Black Star Liners. 7 miles of Black Star Liners. Coming, 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 coming.
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over.
I've got a joy deep within my heart. I've got a joy deep within my heart. 'Cause I've got Jah, oh Jah, deep within my heart. 'Cause I've got Jah, oh Jah, deep within my heart. Jah is my guide, even unto death. So I don't have no regret. Though the road is rocky, stony, and rough, to go to Mount Zion, you've got to be tough. I've got a joy deep within my heart. I've got a joy deep within my heart. 'Cause I've got Jah, oh Jah, deep within my heart. 'Cause I've got Jah, oh Jah, deep within my heart. So listen, wicked people, I don't fear no foe. I'm standing up now for all that I know. This is my life, I live how I choose. With Jah on my side, oh, can I lose? I've got a joy deep within my heart. I've got a joy deep wicked people. I don't fear no foe. I'm standing up now for all that I know. This is my life, I live how I choose. With Jah on my side, oh, can I lose? I've got a joy deep within my heart. I've got a joy deep within my heart. 'Cause I've got Jah, oh Jah, deep within my heart. 'Cause I've got Jah, oh Jah, deep within my heart. I've got a joy. Oh, I've got a joy, a sweet, sweet joy. Ooh, yeah. I've got a joy,
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I.
Behold, a son of the Almighty, you can control the children of Selassie. No, trotting in a Babylon, chanting Rastafari song. Though the road is rough and long, still we gonna hold on strong. Behold, a son of the Almighty, you can control the children of Selassie. The children of Selassie, they try to live upright, but Babylonian, yes, Babylonian, always causing a fight against I and I tell you, whoa, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The children of Selassie, they try to live upright, but Babylonian, yes, Babylonian, always causing a fight against I and I. Oh, I tell you now. Whoa, yeah. Yeah. You better see I and wish I well. 'Cause every tongue shall tell what you do to I and I. You'll have to tell Selassie I. Behold, a son of the Almighty, you can control the children of Selassie. Oh no, oh no, you never control the children of Selassie.
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I. King Sil.
These are the times to change your ways, looking at the signs. These are the last days, the days that we read all about in the Bible, in the books of the apostles, Saint Matthew, Saint Mark, Luke and John told us of war and rumors of war, children having children, pestilence and famine. Ain't these the last days? Oh, ain't these the days? Redemption is at hand, and only the righteous shall stand in this judgment that is to come, where every man will get paid according to the works they have done. These are the times to change your ways, looking at the signs. These are the last days. Oh, 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 oh. Redemption is at hand, and only the righteous shall stand in this judgment that is to come, where every man will get paid according to the work they have done. Oh, these are the times to change your ways, looking at the signs. These are the last days, the days that we read all about in the Bible, in the books of the apostles, Saint Matthew, Saint Mark, Luke and John told us of war and rumors of war, children having children, pestilence and famine. Ain't these the last days?
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I.
Only for a time.
give praise to the Most High. Watch over.
Send down the clouds of red, gold, and green. Peace on earth for all men. But I hope the day will come once more when we will reach that promised land. Jah, Jah, show me that river. Show me that river. Take me across to the land of my forefathers' land. But only chosen few will reach the promised land. We gonna sail on the Black Star Line. We gonna sail right on. Homeward bound. I'm a man of peace, but if it's war, I'm not gonna run. I wanna see my brothers and sisters free. Oh, I hope I live to see the day when all Africans will be free. Jah, Jah, show me that river. Show me that river. Take me across. Take me across to the land where I'll be the kings of kings. But only chosen few will reach the promised land. We gonna sail on the Black Star. We gonna sail on the Black Star. We gonna sail right on. Homeward bound. I'm a man of peace, but if it's war, I'm not gonna run. I wanna see my brothers and sisters free. Oh, I hope I live to see the day when all Africans will be free. Jah, Jah, show me that river. Show me that river. Take me across. Take me across to the land where I'll meet the kings of kings. Yeah, but only chosen few will reach the promised land. We gonna sail on the Black Star. We gonna sail right on. We gonna free all the African people. We gonna sail
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I. King Selassie I, Ababa John I. Watch over I.
Lord, Lord, Lord. Hang on. Come rain, come shine. We ring a storm. But whenever there is a storm, I know they've got to be a calm. come shine. We'll soon see dawn. 'Cause although it's windy, not warm, Jah will guide us through the storm. John gone down already. Hang on. Got to hang on steady. Hang on. And we'll surely see the dawn. Jah Jah love will keep us warm. Whenever there is a storm, Jah know there got to be a calm. Lord have mercy, please hang on. Come rain, come shine. Hang on. Come rain, come shine. I said to hang on. Dawn. Jah Jah will guide us through the storm. Yes, he'll surely keep us warm. Oh, through the storm. Come rain, come shine. Oh Lord, hang on. Come rain, come shine.
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I.
No competition. I'm making my decision. Yeah. Every time I hear the music and I make a dip. Slave master comes around and spank
whip. Slave master comes around and spank her with his whip. Oh, whip. Slave master, I'm the shepherd of my pastor. Said you work me to scorn, so allow me make me go on. 'Cause if I don't get my desire, then I'll set the stations on fire. My temperature is getting much higher. Got to give what I require. Slave master, I'm the shepherd of thy pasture. You work me to scorn, so allow me make me go on.
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I. King Selassie.
I'm the winner, getting so listener. Oh,
DJ accepts no... The DJ accepts no responsibility for the next record. This is a request. The DJ...
Man of temptation, you're not of my religion,
The DJ accepts no responsibility for the next record. This is a request. The DJ accepts no responsibility for the next record. This is a request.
Man of temptation, you're not of my religion, so please don't make no wrong decision about this congregation, 'cause men without religion just can't be in a righteous man position. Men of brutality, show some humanity, yeah. Stop pressing us with misery. No chain bound us, still we're not free. La da 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 day. La da 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 day, yeah. La da 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 day. La da 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 day. Man of temptation, you're not of my religion, so please don't make no wrong decision about this congregation, 'cause men without religion just can't be in a righteous man position. Men of brutality, yeah. Show some humanity. La da 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 day. La da 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 day, yeah. Shoo-doo-doo-doo, yeah. Shoo-doo-doo-doo. a whole lot of them in sheep clothing. Oh yes, are trying to mix the children sin. The mark of the beast is on your forehead. Yes, an evil prince upon your face. Oh, it's a big disgrace. Yes, how they are marching up the place. It's Babylon trap them. Yes, Babylon trap them. The old book tell you about them. Oh yes, and this is what it says. They are the generation of vipers, who know, yeah. And they just can't be blamed, 'cause Babylon trap them, my brethren. Babylon trap them. It's true, yes. No lie about it. Ooh. Don't get yourself mixed up, oh people. Yes, 'cause it's gonna be well dread. Oh, the cap fit, let him wear it. I say, you just do as Judge I want you to do. Babylon trap them. Yes, Babylon trap them. Babylon trap them, my brethren. Babylon trap them. Babylon trap. He control them, oh yes. Let them do as he want them to. Babylon trap them, my brethren.
Vibration, oh nation.
They never love, they never love. Ooh, the Lord nor the prophet from such time. How do you expect them to love? I and I, Jah Rastafari in this time. Jah, they never love, they never love. Ooh, the Lord nor the prophet from such time. How do you expect them to love? I and I,
talking about the unchangeable love, and I want it, yeah. Come on and give to me, yeah, the unchangeable love. Let me have a serious love. Honey, if you love me, be serious. For I think you should know I'm not the joking kind. I remember those days in school. You treat me like a fool, but I will forgive you, for you were just a little girl, a little girl. But now you grow up to be a very fine young lady, and great Father really knows how much I love you so. To me you're nice, to me you're sweet, you're so divine, so divine. You better give to me, yeah, the unchangeable love. Let me have a serious love. Honey, if you love me, just be serious, and you will live just like a queen, like a queen. Come on, give to me, yeah, the unchangeable love. Honey, if you love me, be serious, for I think you should know I'm not the joking kind, I'm not the joking kind.
Yes. Greetings, we there with you. You think I'm gonna sleep? Yes. So we are gonna come back now with Yeshua and make you understand, say, it's 500 years since them find this J. But yet still our families, our parents, us, are still follow them. Why is that? I want to play this tune here for my lady friend. Yes, serious love, all this.
Let the foundation be true love, and your hands will be the roof over my head, and your heart I will use for my bed. You've got a different kind of love to give me. You've got a different kind of love. Whenever you're near me, I feel so dreary. I'm in a mellow, mellow mood. Build me up, I say, build me up. I have got no time to lose. Your love is amazing, while your heart is so willing. I've got heaven right here on earth, 'cause you got a different kind of love.
Rasta soul. Yeah, we don't want a version. See, we get joy from our ladies, don't we? Listen. See them classics there? They're called early Studio One. So early that it wasn't called Studio One. Settle Doctor. See where you talk to your lady nicely, you know, she bring you joy in the morning. Oh gosh. That's if she's really loving you. Oh, proper things, listen. You bring me joy in the morning. You bring me joy in the morning.
The evening sun went down all over town now. I'm sitting all alone, feeling so blue, just You bring me joy in the morning. You bring me joy in the morning. Every now and then I wonder why should I be so bad? Why not play it cool by the You bring me joy in the morning.
You know what you call them? The gay lads.
Tell the children the truth. Tell the children the truth. Tell the children the truth. Tell the children the truth.
Let them know the truth from an early stage, and let them know that when they come of age,
They won't have to learn by experience.
no one would blame you, the parents.
Tell the children the truth. Tell the children the truth. Tell the children the truth. Tell the children the truth.
Don't crowd their minds with foolish understandings, and tell them everything that's good and have a meaning. Teach them to love their brothers and sisters all, and don't ever no one at all. Oh, boo boo, boo boo boo. Oh, boo boo, boo boo boo. Oh, boo boo, boo boo boo. Oh, boo boo, boo boo boo.
Yes, tell the people them the truth. So, over 2,000 years ago, there was no letter J. There was no letter J or nothing significant to be called a J or look like a J in Hebrew, Amharic, Arabic, or Greek. Even the Latin language, which the Europeans them used, and all these other language that them have was their dialect, but a Latin they were working with. I'm saying this to say, well, yo, we black people them in the diaspora, African, Caribbean, and others, it's about time we jump off of that serious thing, because if anyone who deal with religious dogma or religious thing, them can see that it's only us out there working for the theological institutions, and we are prosperity preachers earning millions and millions of pounds and dollars. And we are tricker people. And then with all that trickery about them, say that the Holy Spirit is within the auditorium and they're creating all kind of magical things in front of people. The general population of the country where they're at, whether it's Nigeria, Zimbabwe, not Zimbabwe at this point, but Nigeria, Zambia, Ghana, wherever it is on the continent, they're not healing or changing the conditions of those people that are living in averse poverty. And them not purifying the water or cleansing the water that is being polluted by their guests and themselves as well. I'm a huge skeptic. Why is that? Because if my family, anybody in my family come tell me, say, including my mother or father, that them have the Holy Spirit with them and them can heal this, that, and other, I want to see it. I want to see it. I'm not going to say I want to see the Holy Spirit. I want to see exactly what they're saying, that them can heal. So then I go put them to the test. What's that? We go on the street, we go someplace and pick people at any person at random and tell them, say, sort that person condition out. But we never have to do that. We want our condition where we live to be sorted out immediately. Stop talking all about every other thing. Just bring about changes here. Make this house be our house. Change it. We don't want to pay no more rent. Control the mortgage quick. Sort that something out. And worse than that, say, watch it, I'm tired of this out. Let me leave here and find another place. Come on, do that. And my miracle thing that you understand? I'm not going to tell them, say, bring me 400 wife and no, that's stupidness. Change our condition immediately. And it not going to happen. So similarly, if a person come tell me, say that this person here and that person cannot walk and them come up here and this person blow upon them and them start yabba dabba do and blah blah and them supposed to drop them thing or jump out to the wheelchair and walk, I'm saying, okay, fantastic. Go to hospital and sort them people out. And then come up through the country and sort out all the people them that's in bad condition. I don't want to keep see people that say about people that come to them church or them auditorium and them do this thing that is kind of like some musician, a magician tricky fighting. No. You understand? Seriously. And I could be one of them people that trick them, right? Find a way of the people and pick me. Yeah? Pick me. But you see what, when you do things like that, it will come back and fall you at some point. Because if me go there now and see that I can't walk and all them something there now. And I want the man to fix me. It's only that after him finish him team, to grab the microphone and say, I lie this man telling you. I walk, me could have walk all the while and run, me could have run and jump, me could have jump. Can me play basketball, rare, and tete. I lie, me tell. False preacher. I would do that. But you see what now? Some months later, a year later, something like that, me will finish up not being able to walk because God is not going to be pleased with me. Not exposing him, but the fact that I put myself to be someone that's not capable of walking. Because it's a lie. You understand? It's a lie. But people them who know him and see what I do and find out what happened to me, them guys said that the man was a prophet, was a myth. You understand? That gonna make him bigger now. So the best thing to do is just go up there and just say, here what happened? Your village where you come from, or the hospital near to us, heal the people them over there, pray for them and everything, and I will go to the hospital and see how much of the people them jump out of them bed and everything and discharge themselves and go on home back. And I'm just as crazy as this to say, well, I like my grandmother them and my grandfather them pass. Yo, may I tell this man here what happened? Me miss them, you know. Right? I'm not going to tell them, say, send them a message. I'm going to say, wake them up. If you have this Holy Spirit with you, that comes around with you at all these different intervals, listen here. Tell the Holy Spirit that I will want him grandmother and grandfather wake up. Even if it's just for 1 hour. Just do it for me. Yes. Because you're fraudulent. It's not gossip. You understand? And plus the name that you call, me want to understand where you get that J from. And who is that person? You see? So we have 2,000 years ago, there was no J. And just 500 years, this thing pop up somewhere. You understand? So that means that all these people, these Johns and James and Jeremiah, you understand? And Jacob and Judah and all these things, who are they? Who are they? And if any of you use your dictionaries then and them thing there, right? Not your Googles, you know, you will see all these things. But some of you are so caught up, you will turn around and say that these are ignorant people, or these are people who are dealing with what I'm saying now, everything's on internet conspiracy theory. And you will go on with all that nonsense, you know? So, and the Muslim join, a lot of Muslims join these people. So, the gospel of Christ, or the gospel of this Jesus, doesn't exist in the Bible. So, I'm always saying to my mother, where is his teaching? So what we have been doing, and people still do, is extract certain verses or sentences and attribute that to this Jesus. And then you have the red letter Bible, the Bible have the red letters, and anything that's, any sentence or paragraph that's in red is meant to be, is attributed to this Jesus. And the Jesus don't talk for himself. Because you never hear any passage where it is I, Jesus says, or I, Christ said, from the Lord, X, Z, and Y. A strange thing, and this is England, and we're dealing with English. English that's derived out of German and so forth, from the Latin and all these things, right? So that's the clarity that they use. That's the grammar that they use. So we who come and was taught by them, if we weren't hoodwinked by images, I am confident that we will not be following. But we've been hoodwinked by images. And that image that they have used for this Christ, and it doesn't look, we don't know what angelic's supposed to look like, but we work with it. Now, I'm saying this to say that when the Portuguese went into Africa, the Portuguese were smarter than the rest. The Portuguese, like they were born missionaries. The Portuguese came with their scripture. And they had this thought process that if they could just present what they use in a for them country to the Africans, that will suffice them, and then they can now conquer or take charge of the lands. The Portuguese. But you know who was paying attention to the Portuguese? Because the Portuguese was able to sail in and sail out, come back and forth. The British toured the British moved behind the Portuguese. Go and look at African history and how them conquer Africa. And the British is not no Arab teach nobody to enslave nobody. Let's work the thing out. The British traced the Portuguese and see how the Portuguese were at ease. And the Belgium did the same thing, were at ease. But the British went for domination, and the Belgians went for domination, and the Germans and the French, all of them went for domination. What is that? Capturing and beating the people them, the populations. Then work them like jackass mule. But the Portuguese had a different approach. We're not saying that the Portuguese was now angelic. It's just that that's the approach them had. So when they escorted, you hear that word I'm choosing to use? When they escorted our brothers and sisters them, mainly our brothers, off the land, the tribesmen, the warriors, seem not to be think nothing of it. Because the Portuguese engaged them like friends. But there were some tribes that did not stand for that. They didn't buy into this friend thing. And that's where the Portuguese got them backside licked. The people them, that group, that tribe, challenge the chiefs. And them fight with one another. And then them put up some resistance against the Portuguese and try to prohibit them from landing. And the British now join forces with the Portuguese to fight and oppress the Africans. That's the first. That's the first. And little years down the road, the musket came into being. Now we got slaughtered. Because the musket is something like a funnel. It's a gun, but the front is like a funnel. And them time, it'll shoot like what we call shotgun today. You see? Yeah. The people, them dangerous, you know. And we got slaughtered. But even though them have this thing, and we are trying to run from it, and some of us are run to it, they never give up the fight. You see? What happened? Because them use the terrain. The terrain is theirs. And they set so much traps for these people. Christianity, or that religious thing, is not African. Rest on yourself with that. The Portuguese started this teaching, started this, and they were good at it. That same fight went all the way down to what we call South Africa today. And the Portuguese returned the favor to the British by helping the British, because the British were getting smacked left, right, and center by the Zulus. Because the British were never kind. Them see themselves as superior people, and them just ill-treat and mistreat the Africans. I work up to something. Yeah, that we all being schooled here by them. We accept this Jesus that we don't ask question about. We went to their school. We should understand that this J was not there and so forth, but yet still we lap it up. And now they've got all our people, them calling themselves pastors and calling themselves ministers of God and prophets and all kind of thing. And they're doing hell for us. Well, they're creating hell for us, but they ain't doing nothing for us as a people. They're doing something for themselves. And all of them have ambition to be in Rome. You know what I mean? Because that's the number one spot, right? Them all have ambition to be there. But why is they doing that? Them get themselves like a fatted calf, not to be slaughtered. So these are people that don't speak anything about racism. They don't speak nothing about the kind of atrocities, the things that's happening to us. They don't even ask the Archbishop to put up something in remembrance of all the thousands, millions of Africans who died in the transatlantic. Who died? Who were killed, who were murdered, who were thrown overside because they were deemed to be not fit, not able, and they're dead stock, dead cargo. But yet still when they land, they went to their banks and all these places and collected fees. So knowing that they have registers, and the church have these registers of all of us, and not us now, you know, all our ancestors. And they have registers of where they put our people. And they have registers of my involvement. I tell you, they have that. The churches in England. So what they, when these people, these young people were stimulated to go around and pull down all of these statues, or, you know, that this person, Wilberforce, this person, and so forth, nobody stimulated them to say, yo, how come there's nothing commemorating all the hard-ass work that our ancestors them do, and give us some of that money from the plantation, from the rum and all these things. See? Because you have to understand what is taking place. But we behave like we don't understand, we don't see, we don't recognize. Now today we just hear say that these Askanaki, them want another thing go up, so the generations to come will not forget Auschwitz and all these things. Now, the British people that live here now, the British people that don't seem to project anything for their population to say, hold on a minute, you see them First and Second World War? We lost millions. We lost millions. And none of these people that call themselves National Front and so forth, they don't reason that, you know. What them do? Whoever coached them to attack us. Yo, we not doing nothing, you know. It's we who help fight for us. And we don't know a damn thing about no war. We're not in a conflict with nobody. But we went and get killed. And up to now in Argentina, there's many people, what do you call them? Veterans. It's veterans, I call them. Servicemen and women that fought for Britain. And Britain and let them go back to the Caribbean. And them still there, Argentina. They're British enlisted servicemen and women. Them whole now. But yet, see one Askanaki woman today, she's as old as my mother, and they're saying that there's living evidence. We have enough living evidence. Me have an auntie is 103. So stop with the nonsense and know all about this badness that we're going to do, and put we on plantation and we are cut cane and everything. And when I spend 100 million, you say. And then we have all these black people here say about them are consular, them are this, them are that. And they're the ones that run up their mouth every second about Windrush this, Windrush that, and so forth. And it's a friggin' ship. That today me see that it did collect some people from Trinidad, and then it got Jamaica and then come to England. And people them want to say that this thing here come here since 1948. I lie them and tell. The ship existed. But the ship never collect Caribbean people from the 20 islands and bring them to Britain. Someone need to show me that. That never happened. Around Grenada, St. Vincent and St. Lucia and Barbados, them had a ship called the Sorrento. Talk that one you know. Back me up or back me down. And that came to England. And what was that bringing? That was bringing immigrants to England that was chosen by the Conservative government to carry out particular roles in this country, helping to restore your infrastructure in England here. So when I want to stop this nonsense, black people following the people them in ignorance and creating segregation. So I'm going to go back to the J, but I had to do that because it came fresh up in my brain. We have to stop the them thing there. And somebody pacify the people them and say, una can have a place down there, Brixton, called Windrush Square. Don't you see it don't get fought on? Because it's created an isolation, it's a separation, divide. And most of the people that are involved in that, them know about this divide and rule thing, you know. Them have radio station, them have a chat it. But because it says J, it make them feel, say, yeah, big up. A foolishness, that, man. Foolishness. Yeah? That's why the reparation and all them something, there will always be a problem. Because we cannot see ourselves as one people. And that's why in England, in my lifetime, we supposed to have banks in England. One group of people said, no, here what the headquarters need to be in London, next headquarters need to be in Brixton, next headquarters need to be in Manchester, next headquarters need to be in Nottingham. But then the Nottingham people them say, no, not go so. We just want a bank. We don't care where the headquarters here. And then the Western Standing Conference hasn't resolved that situation, period. And nothing's happened. Still ain't got banks. A bank, our banks. And Lord Pitt has died and gone. Dr. Lord Pitt. And you all haven't resolved nothing. Only that people are getting deported. And the prisons are filled with Caribbean people. For all kind of things. Because we're disgusting too. But we're there for some trivial nonsense, and we're there for some real tragic things. Because we're disgusting. Oh, we change like that, only God knows. And the government say, here what, we don't want to keep these people here, so get them out of here. Now they're building prisons that the population is going to be our children that born SO. And they're going to go, you said, you're British, innit? I said, yes. Right, this is where you're going, mate. You understand? This is where you're going. You think you're going to be wearing the Free Lions? This is where you're going to go. You get me? That's it. So we're going to get some boot camps and we're going to get some labor force. Yes, here in England. COVID-19 and no COVID-19 is going to be happening. They're building them. Many of them nearly finished. And we're still going to be shouting out. I tell you. You understand? There's so much things we need to do to recognize that we have a role to play. So one of these captains them said, listen, that many of the West Indian people that came to England felt that they were coming home, they were going home, in the sense that England is the mother country. And that's how we were taught in school. You understand? And then they're saying that then them start to feel uncomfortable because they started to be attacked, abused, offended, and so forth. And now the problem is them can't get no abort. And I've said this all along. So where did not the people them that was nurses and engineers, because the engineer them gone a Southampton and them areas there and Liverpool, because those people that was sought after, they had documentation and they were positioned in particular places and areas. So the nurses and doctor them and the ones who work in a post office and so forth, right? The rest of the people them that was now chosen for British Rail, them had to go get trained. The other ones them for London Transport had to go and get trained. So why is they trying to get trained? Them have to find somewhere to live. The Dockland people them, I'm speaking London, they were Somalis and so forth. They were their headquarters that them used for rest. They were given to the East India and West India dock. It's on Commercial Road. And these are little box places. So we weren't there unless we had worked on the ship. So now they're showing that all these broke down areas were where the council, where the government them send we to. Run down areas in England. Now you know who was our landlords? The same Askanaki. But where were they big and resident? Brighton. Brighton. Hey. So now we're talking 1958. We had bus in England. From 1948 we are working. 1958, a big onslaught. The people them start see the place looking good now and everything. We became victim of racial discrimination and racial abuse and racial attacks. And the places them that them give away that we get to live, them burn them. I thought it was only the Asians that were getting burned up. But this mandate says that the Caribbean, the West Indian people, the homes that they had were getting also burnt down. So now them had to get homes in all these these rundown areas. So you know what that means, isn't it? That's how comes all of this shebeens and everything happen. We live in places that is rodent infested. You understand? And the people them that want to talk Windrush, them not talk this. Because my parents, them never going nothing like that, you know. You understand? Because them pull together. Right? People them that never know one another become family. Huh? And the architect of raising a family, building a family, to what I call community today, that's what they did. That's what I grew up understanding and seeing and being a part of. The other people, them, I grew up seeing them and rotted shubin, rat-infested places, playing music from 1 hour to the next hour, all day, all night. And then some badness will go on every so often. Somebody always a fight and someone always a get caught up. So now look at the situation that is there with us today. And that same knife is used now to juke instead of cut. See it there? The knife now used for cut now, you know. It's a used for juke. It's a difference, but it's the same knife. And it's the evolution of birth of the same people. But when you look, hey, anybody's going to look at the generation of those people, you see the same rotted people them today are for them children. It's for them that bring forth children, that bring forth this stupid-ass decadence that we have here. But when I want to isolate and segregate people and come with a backside thing called Windrush and play divide and rule. When you do that with me, I'm going to get awesomely dangerous because that is exactly what you all are doing. Just like the ones them there bricks and I keep shout out them out that Michael X was fraud and rare. Huh? And when I don't have nobody that can do just 0.5% of what him do. And I have people who just develop goddamn shubbeens. A supplementary school come from him. That's just one. And if you go to Islington and see Hybrid Majestic Court, Hybrid Corner Court, this, for we land, it's supposed to be the first international Afro-Caribbean supermarket. A West Indian supermarket, Caribbean supermarket. And we raise the money. It's only the people them entrap him into something, and the Queen insists that he shouldn't come back here and insists that them hang him. Execute him. So dead man can't talk. Can they? I need one of them preachers them to say, yo, come up here. I think them say them bury the man here, resurrect him, and make him last for 1 week with us and tell the whole story and point us in the right direction to get the documentation. Yes, but you can't do that because lie one does tell. Why did I digress into that? Because these are the things that create this division. That's why in England there's no community. That which you put forth, and it's good, God will bless it. Put forth bad things, you get away today, it's tomorrow's tomorrow that we get licked and we pay the price. You don't want to believe in that. You don't have faith in that. So watch and see. Because y'all are live it. We all are living it right now. So what's the cure? Speak the truth. Confess your wrongdoings to yourself and to your family and to the wider community, the wider groups of people. And you see how we can get changed. Because God will accept our forgiveness once we are insisting on doing and changing. It's not too late. But the problem is that people don't want to acknowledge it. So instead of that happening, them say, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to raise our children up to be footballers. You know, it's not 100,000, it's not $250,000, you know, it's millions or 50 million. So we're gonna work with the Cockney translation. We're gonna take our children like a dog in the park and teach them for kick a ball. Make them kick ball. So when you go around the park, even now with a covert, there's almost black man them there with them children to write it. Huh? Them got them children, them young boy, them a kick ball. Kick football. None of them rotted people, them go to library and sit down and help them children in education. Them just out there with them, they want to be a Raheem Sterling, hey, and so forth. Don't worry about the fact that, and I hear one of them, don't worry about the fact that the youth, them missed the penalty. And, you understand? Because the boy, they scored a goal and everything, you wouldn't have to have no penalty. See it? Only a black man, them. With them children, park them ram to rotted, me I tell you. And I lie, me I tell you no. A football thing, because they want to catch up on some of the millions and they might tell me for shut up because you're going about the 3 line. Let the people keep the 3 lions there. That means you have room for it. You understand? And then me just get awesome and say, here what? Do you look after your child, check your child homework and see how your child progress at school? We are chat about, man. We are chat football. I said, no. I'm going to come back to football. But right now, I'm just asking you, do you know how your child is doing in school? Do you help your child? Do you go homework club and all them things with the child? Listen, man, me I deal with football, you know. And the real answer to the thing is, no. And some of us are friggin' well illiterate. Yeah, we out there at work and everything. But them 3 years, them can't deal with nothing. The child have some problem understanding maths. They don't understand the formulas. And the father is of no use. It's the mother who do the thing. And he's not with the mother. Him just there upon a thing where him can see an opportunity. Because the opportunity there, Crystal Palace, you know, QPR, you know. all them young people get an opportunity, get spotted. And if them get spotted at them places there, the next route now is to let Arsenal see them, and the next route to let West Ham see them, the next route is to let Tottenham see them and say, yo, we go somewhere, you know. And this is the dream. Not that it's not possible, but really, am I being responsible? So, we are still being jackass mule because we don't want to understand that this Jesus don't exist. Because we don't know who Jesus is. Yeshua exists. Don't get me wrong. Yeshua exists. Isa alayhi salam exists. Yeshua and Isa is the same person. What those people them who have the Torah hasn't done for the Europeans is to say, here what happened. Let me release the Injil to you all. And the Injil is the commandments and how you institute or live the law. Also how to pray. How to ask God for favors. But how to live. How to live. So the law is not obsolete. The law is not obsolete. So when people that tell you, they get trapped and them tell you, say, Jesus is love. That fixation, they just grab you because you just think, oh gosh. And you can't respond. Jesus love you like how he would love little children and all them something. And you can't respond. You can't turn around. You just have to stop. Like me, I don't, but I'm just saying. You know? Because me have all 3 years when me compare Quran and all these different religious books. It's just that some of the names of prophets are mentioned in the Quran. But their name is Dawood, Yusuf, Zachariah, Yahya. So we don't know. That's why I can't understand how the Muslim them that older than me in Islam and can read more fluent than me. I work with this J. And I tell people, say that no Muslim is a Muslim unless they accept Jesus. I like that. No Muslim is a Muslim unless they accept Isa alayhi salam. And what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us, has shown us, and what the Prophet has taught us, the attributes of Isa is not the attribute of the thing that's in the Bible. It's not the same. There's nothing identical. There's nothing reasonably tangible either. So the English people, them, that's in the theological thing, they're having a laugh at the Muslim them expense because them see that the Muslim is trying to make friend. And they would do, some of them would do anything just to be their friend. Except give up their women. Yeah. So now we Africans that have accepted Islam is the ones that the British and others don't want, like France, they don't want because them see that, you know, them know say we are spiritual people, African people. And they know that we're always searching for God. So when them see that we have learned to read, recognize that we've learned to read, who is the most troublesome? So they spend so much money and time trying to demonize Muslims, terrorist, fanatic, and all these things, instead of responding to the Palestinian issue and needs and human rights values. So them do all of that. And then them add the thing where the soldier was executed by some young black boys. And all of them things is meant to demonize us and people them who are coming and listening and responding to Al-Islam, to run them away from it. Then them had the June, the this, that, all those things. And not one of our imams have turned around and said, yo, people, who's this Jesus? And that's why when anybody look on the Peace TV, the people them find ways and mean and entrapped in somebody and then bar Peace TV from the Astro satellite transmission. So the millions of people all across the globe that was able to get to look at Peace TV, see our great scholars, see our children, and see the memorization of the Quran and the memorization of our children and our adults in the Quran, but also in the biblical books across this earth. That's been hurting America, France, and England for the last 15 years. Because they don't have nobody, including their Pope, that can memorize what them have. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He's put that which is true in the souls, in the minds, and as a seal on the hearts of man and woman who are here to the truth. Now, what greater testimony than that does anybody else have? And Dr. Zakir Naik put the challenge to anybody in this earth to come challenge any one of them children. Any one of them children, in any form, any religion, any religious literature on this planet. That's an awesome challenge. And it's not because he want to get £1 trillion. He didn't ask for money. The fact he's saying is, you haven't got the truth. You haven't. And use your own book and that verse where 1 and 2 or 3 are gathered, God is in the midst. Use it. And that which is mine would be in the hearts of man. Bring it. That's what he said. And that's what I go on with. But we're so, some people think that if we drop the J, what do we have? We have yourself. And then your soul becomes free. Your mind becomes free. And now it's up to you to journey. I'm not saying, yo, come over here, come join me. No. It's not we to join. Yeah? You go search. Huh? And God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will find you, or you find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't have to find you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala know you already. It's your soul now will connect. Huh? Because you're free. Every human being free. You connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But no, you want to stay there and connect yourself to England and connect yourself to King James and all these different people. And when you feel away, you turn around and say Jesus is love and all these things. But his mother never changed his name. And his mother never christened him or baptized him. She just gave birth to him. Did she not carry him? Of course she did. She fed him. She raised him. You think he come out here like a gazelle and a giraffe? No. And a cow or a sheep? No. He come just like us. Is this that? You don't see him, Father? You don't know him, Father? And that's why y'all call him God. But then, who is Adam and who is Eve? They don't know mother and father. A God create them. So anything, if God could create them, he accept that. Why God can't do anything else? We don't want to accept that. Because if you really accept that God created Adam and Eve, then you won't have no problem about Yeshua, Isa alayhi salam. You wouldn't. But then there's another problem again, people. Not just with the J. You have Darwin and all these other people about the evolution of man showing you that there's so much different human beings that's allegedly developed across this earth, and some of them come the Neanderthal man, this, that. That means that the whole God thing is dashed out of the window. Nah, God is not responsible, according to them, for the population of human beings, the development of human beings. See? But now you don't think like that. But they told you that there's this Neanderthal man, there's this other man, and this is the evolution of all these different men, and so forth. And then they put we in the bracket of the evolution of apes and so forth. But them, they're in the evolution of humans. So that's where the race disparity comes, the racist disparity comes. And that's why the whole white world look down upon black African people. Because we're deemed to be from apes. We evolve from animals. When they are the humanoids. So the whole God theory, the whole God understanding, they're made to be untrue. Because the Adam and Eve story, the Adam and Eve revelation, them take that for themselves, but not for no one else. So God only made them and loved them and cherished them. So they, in actual fact, takes care of the next civilization that is here, and that's we and other people. Because they're the authentic ones that's made in the image and likeness of God, not the rest of the people. Them. It's not just a color thing with them, you know. It's just that they are the rightful heirs of humanity, no one else. But when it comes to this pigmentation, us, nah, we're subject to be of that particular breed, gorilla breed. And we accept all of that. But nobody want to look upon that. Read their theory of evolution. Read them. Have a look at them. And if you tell me, say, that them believe in Adam and Eve, I'll tell you you're lying. Are you blind? You understand? Them not believing no Adam and Eve. And then preach something contrary. And we're grinning with them thinking that they do. That's why so much of these people come with all their different peoples, and Elijah man come with all these different peoples, and this mad scientist did this, and all these nonsense. But yet still them tell you that the first human beings was in Africa. The first humans in Africa, and them have the Lucy and everything. But at the same time, then people turn around and tell you, say that we're supposed to have a woman God, a female God. Like somebody said, there's a male God. It's just that metaphorically, when people are speaking, we say he and God, he. So we're messed up. We're messed up. So that's why it was easy for them to choose a sketch and get one of their top artists of the time to come up with a portrait representing this Jesus that they're speaking of. And Jesus is an offprint of themselves, not just the color, of themselves. And what does Darwin and all these other people them show you? The different skulls, the different heads, the different shape of the heads. So when you get a head that's like this, it's a chimpanzee. When you get a head like this, is a gorilla, and this one is a grey, and so forth and so forth. But when you get a small head that's quite round like a football, it's of them. I don't know if any of you lot went to school, man, because that's what they've been dealing with forever. And we haven't laughed and grinned with it. We've just accepted it. And no one has asked, okay, you have this photograph of this Jesus Christ. Where did you get that? Why haven't you got one of Moses? And who was before Jesus Christ? Or the person who baptized Jesus Christ was John the Baptist. So well, you know, in their book, their thing. So where is John the Baptist? But them have Paul, you know. Them have Paul. Don't think they don't have Paul. Because Paul come rear up yonder, so have nothing to do with Jesus Christ, or the person them call Jesus Christ, and the person that we call Yeshua. Him don't know him. Okay, he never met him. He wasn't there. All right. So no one asks that thing. It be blasphemy. They tell you all these things. So we desist from these things. So here comes some black man them now. They want to put the same Jesus thing and make that Jesus black. They want to take the baby now, and put in a woman's hand, make she black, make the child black, and then it's Isis and Horus and all of these things. Hey, so what are we doing? We're trying to reconfigure and configure the thing that they did in our likeness. And both of us going to fall in a ditch. Now, I ain't got no qualms that Isa alayhi salam is African. I don't have a qualms with that. But that's not significant right now. Why is it not significant? God sent him here. We just want to be able to adhere to the law, the testimony, and the guidance that he offered, that he brought. That you see, the Caucasian them can't stand the guidance of Muhammad, that Muhammad brought. They not say that Muhammad is a liar, no. They not say Muhammad is fraudulent. They just don't want to adhere to that. Why? Because them govern something else. And to govern Islam now, that means they have to have another war and put that under their jurisprudence. Because how the hell did they leave here and France and go straight into Jerusalem and murder the people them? They were trying to unify what them have. They murdered millions of people, these Europeans, to bring about the thing that them have. And then when them come across this Ethiopia, them say, rotted. And Britain become smart. Them did the same move that they learned from the Portuguese and approached Abyssinia with this kind-heartedness. And then it finished up with Queen Victoria going there, showing that nice face again, and making sure that Menelik was not featured. Okay, how much time am I going to be telling people that? Them soon lock me up, you know. And they put Menelik in what they today them call house arrest, and took him up into some mountains in Abyssinia. And then make the people believe so that this is a place where the kings them have to retreat. How the hell can people who not come from the place are going to come tell me that that's that's tradition? Them use that same picture to captivate some of our preachers. And it worked. But then the Ethiopian them start fighting among themselves, and people make out that they were fighting. They were fighting against outside influences. Because there were those who stuck up with the thing that these Europeans brought in. They start to move to that and leave what their fathers and what their church, and that was the infringement. The Battle of Adwa, that was the infringement. And then soon as they realized that them regrouped. By the time they look left, right, and center, Britain gone. Britain gone. When Britain returned with aid. Yes. And when Italy was about to assault Ethiopia, England, Britain returned again with aid. Not aid on beating the people them up, but make out that they are friends. They are friends of the kingdom, of the kingship, of the royal dynasty. That's what England did. Now, when Selassie was taken by the ministry, the priesthood, into Jerusalem to pray, who snapped him up? Who kidnapped him? England. Kidnap him and bring him to this country and stick him in a place called Bath. He didn't need to be rescued. They were going into the monastery in Jerusalem, because first Jerusalem is in Ethiopia, Abyssinia. And the priests would know the chains of commands. And they were following the teaching. But the British came and grabbed him and usher him out and bring him here. The annuals want to say that they save Selassie. Save him from what? Save him from what? Why they never stop the war? Britain was powerful. Why did they never stop the war? Why did they never go against Italy? They didn't. They stood aside. But they raped the country. They took the sovereignty of the country and bring it back here. Whereas Italy had tried to get the religious texts out of the country because the Pope felt somewhat naked. The Pope felt somewhat naked. Yes. Metaphorically, yes. So today, the lay people them need the metaphysics to understand the scripture. Without the metaphysics and understanding how to read the metaphysics, them can't understand anything. So, Yeshua is where you want to understand. And to teach your children, get your children to learn Amharic and Hebrew will be an important thing if you want to go down that road. But to learn Swahili and Amharic would be good because you will be in connection with your Bantu, with our Bantu brothers and sisters, and we'll be able to communicate with them, and we can translate from them in English. You understand? For the rest, for the mass numbers of us that don't have a clue about the language and everything. I probably say the same thing as my mom. We're too old. You know what I mean? We can catch up with, to greet and to dismiss ourselves and so forth, as far as we can go. But to read a text, okay? And we need that. We need that. Even if it's not on a religious ground, right? We still need to be able to speak some languages, especially Kiswahili, so that we can communicate with our brothers and sisters on the continent. We do need that, you know. But when anybody wants to that me I tell lie, me I chat rubbish, go find the Greeks them and ask the Greek them to expand to you. Who is this Jesus Christ? Who is Jesus? And if they still have text, what language is the text that they have in? Now, if they say that their text is in Latin, then you have to say, well, hold on a minute. I thought they took from you and translated it into Latin. So the text that you have, that's meant to be the scriptural text, what language was that in? And where, historically, where do your people say it came from? See? So if them tell it, if they say that the text that them have, the mandate, the manuscripts them have came from Africa, you say, okay, but where? Do you know precisely where, or is it coming from different regions? And then they say, well, and then you translated it into Greek, and you translated it then into Latin. So can we have access to that? See? Because now, if they got too much somewhere else, you have to say, hold on a minute then. You're telling me that you got it in Hebrew, so where was the Hebrews? Because when them start them something, they're talking Mediterranean. See? And Babylon had nothing to do with these people. Mesopotamia, and it had nothing to do with them. At them places that Rome was afraid of. They weren't pushovers. So, we know why you're in a Hebrew. And if they go Hebrew, we want to know what were the peoples. Because now them can't say Kemet. They cannot say Kemet. I stir up a lot of mind here now. People to start thinking like, right. Yeah. Try and envision what lands you could be thinking that they will be talking about. And them have a perception in your own head. Where would these Hebrew, where would they be? Because people think Israel has a landmass. It's a country. Some people think, say, Hebrew is the same. It's a language. Where does it belong? Where does it belong? Hebrew. Because where it belongs, you see the ethnicity of the peoples. Like Swahili, we now say Africa. We now say even there in Sierra Leone. Even there in Mali. Even there in Ghana. Even there in Nigeria. Even there in Zaire. We know that. Right across the other side into what we know is Uganda. Uganda. And even in Ethiopia, Tanzania, and so on. Swahili and Amharic. Come. So where's Hebrew? Not where's the Hebrews, which area is the Hebrew language being used? What's the ethnicity? Which tribes? Huh? Now we can easily tell you straight away. We go Chad, Yemen, and Ethiopia, Abyssinia. But the white man don't want you to deal with that, because he allegedly want to say that it's theirs. Who's them? The Askanakis. And Farrakhan do the same thing. Do the same thing. He big up them. He make them famous across the earth. He make them famous in America. And when it seems like it dies down, him say they're threatening him. And who's they? These Askanakis from the Coptius mountain of the Soviet Union. Yes. He never talk about the Ethiopians. Never talk about the brothers and sisters them from Chad. Never talk about the brothers and sisters them from Namibia. Never talk about the brothers and sisters them from Ethiopia. Because him assume that everybody's going to shout out, Jah Rastafari. And maybe it's true. But Ethiopia is not Jah Rastafari. Ethiopia is Tafari. See? The fear of God. But still, the language. The language. And the people. So we're a long way off. And that's why it's easy for the people them to tell us that religion has created more division and war. It's not the religion. It's the Europeans. It's the Europeans. Them had a big fight among themselves. Them call it the First World War. Then them have another fight among themselves. Them call it the Second World War. And in between them two fights, it's who is controlling this book. Who are the chief controllers of this Bible and how people see things. So they wanted to standardize it, but at the same time, they want to have heads of it. And by the time they get round to the second, Rome was fully instituted. And when we say Rome, we mean Rome of the Caesars, them that was afraid of my father. You understand? Rome with the Julius Caesar and the Mark Antonies and all these people that found themselves lusting after our females, but found themselves wanting to be like us. Not being black, but having that saintly understanding, have that religious connection, and so forth. Yes, Rome. The big people them in Rome. You understand? So they set up an institution, right, similar to that which they saw in Kemet. So when you look at what is the Catholic precinct within Italy, it's a city within a city. And it's run and it's operated like a country within a country. It has its own administration, its own principles, its own governance. And that's the concept that they've taken from Kemet. Rome was a military outfit, a dictatorship on this earth. Rome. And the democracy that them say them have is Roman. The whole political structure is from Rome of yesteryear. That's why we chose Trump as Nero. And they keep finding people similar to some of the alleged greats of Rome. And it's Rome who created this fallacy about crucifying Isa alayhi salam and got the people on this wrong track. Because Isa was not caught, was not crucified, not slayed, nothing of this nature. It's Rome who was afraid of him. And they were trying to catch him. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on all of us, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make one of them preacher there that do all these alleged miracles raise my grandmothers and grandfathers in at this time for me. You understand? I won't accept nothing less than, you know? Yeah, man. I go Africa and tell them, say, watch her. If you want to taught them something there, hear what them. Raise my grandfathers and my grandmothers. You understand? Even for a week. You understand? Just raise them up, man. Make them see them grandson and him family. See it? Yeah. Make them strengthen me to think that on the other side, you know, it's not milk and honey, but we'll be alive. Them can't do them something there. You see it there? And I must put my screen up because the man who do this feature, him have in the hand, right? The hand of the person that they just have in these thing. When you have a full-on view of that photograph and him have him hand up by him shoulder, the position of the hand is saying Allah. The position of his hand. So I need to put my screen on, put my camera up and everything, and show people. Right? Because most of we Muslims, we know that. But I don't know what the world knows. Other people them that don't have this understanding knows. You see? When I talk about the satanic rubbish that people are going on with, we talk about how him put up him 3 finger, him thumb, and 2 fingers them bend. And then him show the knuckles to the congregation. So when you look upon it, you see Allah. And when I try to work that out, when I try to put that out, we do that anyway. But when we see that in some of the portraits, we say, wait, it's what's going on. And if you go Masonic temples, you see the same thing. Not the picture, just the symbol, but it's upside down. You understand? So everybody know what they're doing. And the other day I mentioned that everyone should know them fig tree. What is symbolic about the fig? Inside the fig, there are hundreds or thousands of seeds. The fig. Before God gave it the olive and give it the fig is the nation of this earth. Then and give it the pomegranate. The pomegranate is the expansion of the nations and the population of this earth. A pomegranate, open it up, cut it carefully, open it up, and you see. And all the juicy little fruit, that represents the tribes and the nation. But then look inside what houses them. That's the districts of this earth, the map of this earth. What is that about? It's significant to show that we all are one. On this earth, we are populated, millions, billions of people, but in the globe, we're one. Then God gave to Christ the olive. In the olive is one, is flesh and a stone, signifying the oneness of the creator itself. So the fig is one. Look inside the contents of the fruit of the fig. There's the population of the earth, of the peoples. The pomegranate is the same. These are symbolic signs. And they're fruit. They're fruits. And they're fruits of a marvelous creation. They're fruits. Pay attention. And they all are nutritious. But do we understand the significance of them and ourselves? And ourselves. Huh? So we African people should stop being bogged down with these people and their racist discrimination of us and getting us entangled with the black and white minstrel show. Because all that is doing is sidetracking us and taking us away from our natural origin. Huh? Because someone would turn around and say, wait a minute, is God a man? What color is God? Not just where is God? And we've lost it. So still a man turn around and say, wait, how can I live good? How can I live sweet? How can I live long? Give me the guidance of how to accomplish a gracious life and a long life. And that we're supposed to be working towards. Squash ill health. So we can have a long innings. Yes, and a virtuous innings. But now, we let people who are wicked create this inhumane mentality for us. And then we get bogged down with it. And then when we look back at them, they're rising and we're standing still. Because we're not using the full capacity of our intellectual capacity, which is our brain. And then the same scientists come tell us that we're not using the left lobe of our brain. Because he's helped us to suppress it. Because we're too busy trying to find out why he doesn't love us or like us. And then we get involved in him. And we're trapped. And we're trapped. So how am I going to say this now? Anybody who is in love with his wife or his woman, him don't want disturbance when him a caress him wife or his woman. He don't want disturbance. Him a concentrate and is deeply passionate. He don't want disturbance. So these people are disturbing. And we never get into the right groove and the right mood, and we're not sincere, we're not humble. It's just, hey, them just destroy we. And that's how come it's so easy for us to reject our women. And the women is the first teacher. Any man that take a woman and turn her into a prostitute and into one of these machines for go sell music, take her body and turn it into and all this type of thing. That man, they don't like his mother. He doesn't like it. He disregards his mother. Because he could not be here if he wasn't born of a woman. So now when you hear a man cuss another man and everything, and him say, up your mother, and them type of something, the man they're supposed to be in face to be missing. But people them do that and then laugh and them say, cha, are just words. Some serious words them. So we have said guidance. My slip, gone. Hackney.
Been living in pain.
Yo, me want to play this one in a Fool to Catch Wise. Johnny Clark.
Whoa, whoa. Ooh. Whoa, whoa.
play fool. Me get wise.
Yeah, me see how you right, you know. You right gone big American, you know. Me I tell you, man, you right. Hey, you see, you right, daddy right. Gone big in America right now. Me I tell you. You see it there? And when the man them cross here now, start release some things them do over here. Oh gosh, man. Daddy right gone big in America right on now. Right? And shortly too, you're gonna have some Bunny Wailer. Oh gosh, man.
We get wise, but them no fool. Them man they wise, yeah. Them a original. Them a sell sampai. Them a sell olo to the wise man, yeah. Even their mother, even their father, even their sister. What says a stranger? They're just pretending, but them no fool. Them just a use up them brain. These are the wise men there, yeah. Them a play fool. We get wise, but them no fool. Say them man they wise, yeah. Them man they wise, yeah. Them man they wise, yeah.
Young Johnny Clark.
Them a play fool. We get wise, but them no fool. Them man they wise. Them a original. Them a sell sampai. Them a sell olo to the wise men, yeah. Even their mother, even their father, even their sister. What says a stranger? He just pretending, but them no fool. Them just a use up them brain. These are the wise men them, yeah. Them a play fool. We get wise,